Hey, Coach Jerry here. Welcome to this video. I'm gonna share my screen very soon because I wanna actually show you a little bit of information when it comes to your post and to the reviews. And also, before I do that, I just wanna, you know, um, just wanna show you that I have something really cool for you coming up. There is actually a guide of healthy versus processed food that if you want, you can actually comment down below. Our mini challenge for this week was, really eating food from the nature. And this video hopefully is gonna, give you some more insights of how hard that is to do. Let me just, Google something real quick. Processed food, versus healthy food or, food, non-processed food, I guess. Non-processed, unprocessed. Okay. Yeah, there you go. If you go online, and this is actually pretty cool, I'm gonna try to make some more unique visual posts this week. But if you actually just do what I just said, just go in and, unprocessed versus processed, you find things like, unprocessed food is like stuff like, obviously vegetable, eggs, meats, and stuff like that. And then what I said to do in this video, in this challenge, was that you want to be using volume food, right? So volume food is like, you know, you probably want to be using mostly vegetable and fruit, adding some water in there. Because if you just use, and then of course lean meats, because if you just use a bunch of eggs, which is great, you probably want to use the white eggs because if you just get nuts and eggs and whole, fatty meats and stuff like that, there is a lot of fat in there, right? And obviously fat, we know that while it's very sustainable for our results, it's probably not the best things for, what it is that you want to be doing, that most people want to be losing weight. Now, processed ingredient, as you see here, is actually oil, butter, honey, vinegar, all these things that people feel like they're not processed. And processed foods, as you see here, is also bread, is also bacon, is also cheese, is also, ham, right? So what I did in this challenge, I basically said, as long as they're not ultra processed, because ultra processed would be, cereal, cakes, and all that kind of stuff, then you're good to go. Okay. So, and we're gonna actually stop here for that one because I know already that some, or maybe several, um, people, would say, especially in the health industry, oh no, that's a processed food. Why do you have then, eat bread or whatever? Like if you can avoid eating bread, that's amazing for the challenge, but not because bread is bad. It's simply because it's obviously something not processed, but it's also, it's just because if you eat mostly fruit and vegetable and water and lean protein, you would probably lose a few kilos just in this challenge. So what I did here is just showing you the way I do the post is just try to give you like more insights. It's not like you don't have to do it this way. Like you just don't have to do it like I just give you some wide words because no fat is no fat is like just less in calorie. High volume is stomach is full. Lean protein is gonna build muscles, build to help you build muscle and so forth. In my post, as you can see, there are always some good nuggets, hopefully. Um, but let's review real quick here. Vikish is doing an amazing job in also calculating stuff like that. But again, like you don't even have to do all that. It's just like post your stuff here. I'm not sure what's on the, if it's just Greek yogurt, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, as you can see here, 8 grams of fat, very low, high in protein, normal in carb. Um, Here, I believe there are beans. Yeah. So again, we don't look at so much, a lot of protein, a very good range of carbs and not so much fat, which is what we want. Okay. By nature, if you eat coming from the nature of the food, that's what you would get, unless you don't eat a bunch of avocado and nuts. Have a look at this post. I try to go even deeper into why these things are good and sustainable. Okay. like using only one snack, versus just using a bunch of things. Um, and obviously we can go. I'm gonna be looking at Lamis. She's doing a very good jobs here. Really, guys, just take this challenge. It's super simple. Just post, right? Yeah, very good from nature. The only thing, dates are amazing. They're very alkaline. It's good. I see a bunch of grains in here. Chances are, if you just got a bunch of like, just regular like bananas, like fruit, whatever, you could have filled up this plate. You probably would be less hungry, right? If you just get one thing. And remember, it's not about doing little, it's doing. And this is a point as well, right? Here, it's like, I believe this is eggs, which is amazing, right? Bread is good. It's okay. Here, I not sure what it is. If it's just, let's see if you have an explanation. Yeah, cheddar cheese, bread, yeah, unsweetened black tea. That's good. Water, okay, fried eggs. Yeah, everything looks good here. Instead of the cheese, I would probably go with something like cottage cheese with this, if it was me, honestly. Like, because this is processed food, if you think about it. Cottage cheese is, while it's still processed, it's like a little bit probably, you put cottage cheese here. So I guess the cottage cheese is this one. So here I would probably go with, you could probably get some more eggs, if anything. Um, if we, let me show you what I would do with this, just so you can learn how to do it as well. Okay, there is no magic. Like right now, we all have access to AI, right? So let's just take Lami's post, for example, and let's spit it into ChatGPT. Let's say calculate this. Let's take Lami's things here, and it's gonna spit out a bunch of like stuff, right? 600 calorie, right? I mean, uh, would you like me to make it like chart? Okay, no, I don't want you to do that. But what I want you to do, give me some other option which are higher in volume, tasty, and food coming from nature only. Let's see what it gives you, right? At full, okay. Widespread, okay. High in volume, okay. One full avocado. See, that's not, see, this is what the limitation of AI, right? Because a lot of people would say, oh, shit, Jerry, like if that's what you do, if you just take this and go inside there, why can I not just do it myself? Well, you can if you want, but this is the one thing that you're not gonna understand. Like avocado is good, but it's mostly fat and carbs. So if you put carb and fat together, like your body doesn't know what to burn. Okay. Now give me, okay, rough estimated, like everything's that, see, they give you like a rough estimation, and just give me options lower in fat, same calorie, okay? All right. The calories goes to carbs. 600 calories is gonna give you an alternative, right? So see, cook up oats, strawberry. Like look whatever you could eat, Lamis, versus what you were just taking off the fat from the cheese, the cheddar cheese. How much food could you have gotten on top? Okay. Leafy greens. I mean, if you don't like greens, that's one thing. But this is basically what it is. Only 10 gram of fat, right? Or 15. A lot of protein and that's like a respectable amount of carbs. Okay. So this is basically what you would do in if you wanted to get some options in there. But I mean, what you've been doing that's actually pretty cool. Let me find another example here. Um, Great. Again, Vicky, if you are not specifically looking for this kind of food because of a taste thing, meaning like if you're not in love with lentils or whatever this thing is. Um, then I would do my best to kind of like try to make more carbs and protein and then fat to be low. Again, we wanna really do our best to kind of like burn mostly sugar or mostly fat. In this case, I would say probably burning more sugar is more effective. Here, again, Egyptian version. Yes, again, I'm not familiar with that, but it looks everything good. Again, try to go with leaner meat than this, if you want my suggestion. And everything else seems to be okay. Again, if you are in the program, or if you are if you have access to the website, I want to show you something that you want to be using. You want to be using those as often as you can as examples of improving. Because again, it's not about doing things perfect, it's about improving every time to become aware about the food that we eat. And let's go inside our, and by the way, if you come to tomorrow's call, you're gonna have a chance to get this course totally for free. If and you're gonna have to stay the whole time, and actually at the end, be picked for something, but you might have this as well for free, which is our Metabolic Advantage course. Okay. New website. Let's see if we are in metabolic acceleration. Okay. Here, that's exactly what I'm saying, right? When you are in the awareness piece, right? So awareness about food, the consistency, you want to be learning 100 calorie of what yield what, meaning like, as you can, like I said before to Lamis, you can have 2 dates or you can have a bunch of strawberries, right? They're always going to be 100 calories. You can have a bunch of peaches or you can have an apple, right? Or you can have some raisins. Now, if you're a person that says, I'd rather have 2 dates rather than have the whole thing of strawberry, there is 2 things to pay into consideration. Number one is that 2 strawberries gonna fill you up. Bunch of strawberries gonna fill you up more, and the dates are, dried, so there is a bunch of sugar in there, which is great. But understand that again, you might be hungry afterwards. But if you say I'd rather have 2 dates only and I'm not hungry, then that's an amazing choice. But this is gonna give you allow you at least the ability to choose. Okay. So hopefully this video was helpful. Let me know if it is. Let me know if you want to keep me reviewing these things, and I'm gonna talk to you soon.